West Ascension Consolidated Gravity Drainage District is called to order May 11, 2015. Mr. Shakespeare, would you do the invocation?
Dear Lord, we want to thank you for all the good things you've given us in Ascension Parish. Thank you for all the people that do everything they do to make this a great place to live. We'd like to ask at this time that you give your prayers to Mr. Herman Cox, one of our workers who is undergoing surgery tomorrow. And then we'd also like for everyone to congratulate the ACHS girls track team who won the state championship. And also for Zach Capella, he's the state champ in the 1600 and the 3200 meters again. He's done it, I think, 4 straight years, so congratulations to them. And then we'd also like to ask you to keep this threatening weather away from us, and that we enjoy the good weather we've been having lately a little bit longer. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. All right. Roll call. Everyone here except our attorney. Item number 3, accepting the minutes from April the 2nd, 2015.
So moved.
So moved. I second that. Minutes are accepted. Item number 4, Mr. Malcolm Dugan, our bond attorney. Resolution. Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. What we're here for, or what I'm here for today, is to go over the results of the election. First thing we need to do is pass a resolution providing for the canvassing of the returns of the election that was held on May 2nd. So if somebody would make that motion, second.
I'll make that motion.
I second that motion. And so that motion will pass. Resolution canvass the election return.
Okay. And then there's y'all should have a pro se verbal in your packet that shows the election returns of the various precincts, and the final vote was 172 casts in favor and 75 against. Therefore, it passed, and we'd ask that those results be certified through a motion.
All right, Mr. Shakespeare, you make that motion to certify those elections.
Motion to certify?
Yes.
Hold on. Yes. Excuse me, Ms. Peggy, that letter I just gave you, back. That's coming from the folder of registration.
We need the motion to certify. That's what it is?
Correct.
Okay. Certify the election results of 172 for and 75 against. Therefore,
All right.
the tax revenue is passed.
Tax pass. And last thing we knew is to pass a resolution calling for and directing the renewal and the levying of the tax for the next 10 years for a period beginning in 2016 and ending in 2025. And along with that resolution, there will be a publication in the official journal of the parish setting forth the resolution.
I'll make that resolution levying the tax.
Second that resolution. That resolution passed, levying the tax. So moved.
Thank you all very much.
We'd like to thank everyone for going out and voting. It's something that's gonna very, very necessary to the West Bank residents, and I'll fight to try to keep the drainage as good as possible here. And so we have some projects now that are in the later stages that we can get done, working with other parishes, and, this will allow us to continue. Thank you, Malcolm, for
We
everything.
thank y'all for letting us help y'all with this project.
Appreciate you.
Great. All right, moving on to item number 5, Carroll Street update, and I guess that's me. And once again, we know the size of the cover, we know what we got to do. The only thing we have to do right now is get with that landowner, and that is on my agenda this week. Why the weather good. Okay. All right, item number 6, Lemonville Cut-Off Bridge. They got me down here, but I'm gonna reverse that to Ms. Kimbrough, or what?
Mr. Taylor, he was bringing the update back to you guys from last month.
Okay, last month y'all asked me whether or not I could, it was physically possible to make the culverts bigger. Went back to the hydrology engineer. Hydrology engineer says it's as big as what we can put in there right now. We talked a little more about it, and not to throw a monkey wrench into this any more than is already there. If you want the best hydrology profile that you can get, you put a bridge back instead of the culverts. So it's a matter now of whether or not you want a better hydrology profile of more water flowing through it, possibly, than the culverts. So going back to what we proposed before, whether or not you want a bridge or you want the culverts. The culverts are adequate for a 25-year flood,
Yeah.
but the bridge would give you a better, a better.
And we are,
Outlook.
we have options now with, the fiberglass treatment on the pilings.
No, sir, not on these.
Not on this one?
No, sir, they're way too far gone.
You would have to do a bridge, a new bridge?
Yes, sir.
And I know when we had talked about it, what ended up the cost being
It's anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 to use a new bridge.
to do a bridge there,
Yes.
replace that bridge?
Yes, sir.
And how much did we come up, final cost on the culverts and installing?
I believe it was somewhere between 75 and 100,000. 80.
Around 80,000.
It just depends on what you end up with having.
That bridge,
It's just such a sensitive area that, and the people behind that bridge is susceptible to flooding if that water doesn't get out. And, I'd be more inclined to spend the money than to take a chance. So what you're saying is that you can't put an extra culvert, box culvert, or?
No, sir, it would require widening the canal all the way through, both sides. And I'm not sure if that doesn't put more water on people in a hurry. We'd have to do a full hydrology study on it.
okay. My question is the bridge. The bridge is a road. It's not a drainage bridge. Is transportation gonna take up some of this cost?
Typically in the past, the drainage districts take care of the bridges and the culverts crossing major drainage. That's up to council to decide.
I'm about to say, 'cause
Not always.
that's a parish road.
Maybe that's.
If it was a bridge that going for me to maintain that only road, I mean the canal,
Right.
yes, but that's a through traffic for the public. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Shakespeare?
I can only recommend engineering solutions.
I understand, so I think
We'd like to request that we have an opportunity to check with Road and Bridge and see what we can do to maybe cost share. And if we can, then that would make it feasible within our budget.
I spoke with Moose a few weeks back. He has no money in his budget for this.
Well, we might get it.
So
from
we're
them.
gonna have to.
Well, I mean-
Amendment or-
Give us a chance to talk to him about getting some money in his budget, because budget amendments can be made, and I understand that. And, they didn't foresee this bridge going out either.
I mean, the bridge, as far as,
July last year.
I mean, I'm looking at it, I could be only one way on this. The bridge can stay as is right now. We still got drainage. You can't have no transportation over it though. So it's not a true drainage issue. it's more of a transportation issue.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel that they ought to come in on this, me.
I think we can, I would suggest that we have a meeting with, Road and Bridge and DPW and see what we can do.
I agree.
And now that we know that we can't do any more culverts, make it wider than that. And this would be different if they had other conveyances that got the water off, but this is it. I mean, this is it for the people, and, I've seen what happened a couple of times, and I'm not willing to have, I know it's a lot of money, but it's still not worth it to put these people in jeopardy, you know, on an occasion to have rains like we've been having and have them flood. So I'm not willing to do that without going down fighting. So, we're gonna see, we appreciate, that this helps a lot, gives us some more information as to what, you know, what we need to do, Jason, and we appreciate that. And, we'll probably ask you some more questions about costs when we're doing different things.
That's what I'm here for.
If you can, we would like to have you do a little more research and come up with a little bit harder number on the bridge replacement.
Okay.
And we'll see what we do.
And I guess that's the other thing. We can't use any of the, I mean, I don't know how that bridge was built. Is it one solid cement or is it parts?
It's wood.
No, the top part is cement, concrete.
That's, generally your abutments are cement or concrete, and then your
Pollen.
pilings are wood here. I'm pretty sure if we went back with it, we'd probably go with concrete pilings.
Okay.
But
All
I
right.
can't guarantee that. That's what I would do.
All right.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right. Item number 7, we're gonna skip. Item number,
We did, can I find out something?
who you gonna ask?
Well, I was gonna see, Craig, I know Craig has been looking into it, on Adrian Place drainage. What, have you been looking into some of that?
Well, I've been checking it, going to look at it when I had a hard rain that day with flood way at the
Is
back.
there anything that we can do?
There was a culvert that GIS found.
That was kind of plugged up, that we opened up. And I'm not sure that's the problem, but it gonna help a lot. And you got a little ditch back at the end that we might could dig out. At the end of the road, where he about to start the new development at, that goes right between that needs a little
Okay,
cleaning.
they are gonna start a new development there?
Look like it.
Okay, and,
They've been cleaning up trees and stuff back there.
okay. Well, I mean, I'd like to get some ideas for some places that they can send their water to that would be,
Well, it goes to the big canal right there.
it goes to, which one it goes to?
It goes to Bayou Maret and the Irish Canal
Yeah,
right there.
so
Yeah.
Bayou Barrette goes to St. James, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So we got the same problem.
Correct.
I mean, Bayou Napoleon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you looking into it, Craig. Anything you can do to check it out.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, item number 8, Highway 1 North and Catawba Street is a drainage issue, and that's coming off, from the old Lower School and, Dempsey Funeral Home. Currently, they've been flooding out there. We done cleaned out the ditch with leaves and trees and all that. We done look at the, cleaning out the, culverts. We done did a couple of things. We dug the ditch, and, the last rain, we realized that the, 2 culverts on Highway 1 North is about 15 inches. And it's draining almost at least, 6 blocks
So coming from
from the
Martin
levee.
Luther King to Catawba, and then down Catawba, then it goes to the Highway 1 North. And so probably a couple of driveways on the highway could upgrade some covers right there.
So, we're recommending that we get, them to come look at it and see what size cover.
Size them.
Right, resize them, because right now, the waters hold back on
Make
those.
the motion that we, ask,
And, on Ninth Street, right by the, funeral home, where they have a lot of oak trees, and every time, you know, the leaves fall, and every time it rains, they just pile up right there.
nothing you can do.
And that's, like, the city usually go clean it out every time it rains. That hold a lot of water right there too.
Okay.
We can ask them to size those culverts.
On the highway. Okay, all right. So, Craig, can you get Scott over here to size them and
Yeah.
come back and report what he says on that, all right? Item number 9, St. James Assumption Drainage Update. I guess the biggest thing we have is right now is, we've got the tax pass with the funding to help that situation, but no update, Ms. Bro?
I do have a little small update
Oh,
on this.
all right.
The permit application was sent to the Corps of Engineer, as you know, on April 20th. And I have an email that I received late Thursday afternoon from Jody Chenier from the Corps stating that they have received the application. And so now we have tracking numbers, so we can track it.
Okay.
So special thanks to
No lead
Jody
time
Chenier.
on,
And it says the application is for St. James Parish Government Project, Maintenance Dredging at Bayou Napoleon and Bayou Barrette, located in St. James, Assumption, and Ascension parishes.
Kent, I'm gonna ask you, you normally familiar with this, how long they normally take before they?
I don't know, but as soon as I leave here, I'm going to a meeting at St. James, and so I'm
All
gonna
right.
ask them.
Okay, cool, good enough. All right, item number 10 is an agreement with the Lemon Uso Property Access. Currently, right now, Craig, I guess you can give an update on the
On the
Uso.
Uso one, we doing it. We started last Monday and we pull all the trees out the canal. He changed the bucket today. He started digging the ditch. And, on the Dunu Road where a cover they come over the road, some resident asked about if they gonna change it out and make it bigger. And I think it should be a little bigger. It's kind of a small pipe coming under the road. And that'll help them out a lot, you know.
Let's get that one sized too.
Yeah, now, that one is, I don't know, the new road is on the,
I don't know if y'all want to do it now, if you have to, because you probably gonna have to tear up the road, and the road in pretty good shape, so I don't know if,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, I don't know what
Might
the
be able to
next
bore another
project,
one.
I don't know.
yeah.
That's a project that we have to look at and evaluate.
But it would help a lot, because all the trees out and the canal will be real bigger now, so it's gonna take a lot of water that hold up on that side, the houses, the resident side, and it gonna help a whole lot.
Might be able to bore one on the side of it.
Yeah, might add another one, just,
Let's look at the possibility of how much it costs. Okay, that.
all right. Any other question on that? We'll move on to item, number 11. And once again, Mr. O'Neill is not here, and the master drainage plan is all, based on, that, overlay zoning or rezoning some property up in that northern and up with the west side. So we just waiting for that there, and then we'll go with the master plan on that, so. Item number 12, reports, Ms. Kimbrough, West Side Coordinator.
Okay, work is still being done on the 7th Street project. I think we're kind of a little behind on that due to weather. That's our joint project with the city of Donaldsonville. Also, the last few meetings, we have been discussing St. James Canal at La Peace. To the right of the bridge, the big log jams. They have cleared all of the log jams. All that's been cleaned out. Jody Chenier with St. James is monitoring the area to make sure with all the rain that no other logs are coming down to block that. So we really, really appreciate that's helping us. Also, we're working with Paul Hall, starting tomorrow morning. The inmates are coming to clean up Bun Hood area. So that should start tomorrow morning, and then I think Craig's guys will spray that area right behind them.
Yeah.
So they're coming first thing in the morning. Also, I want to thank all of our guys over here for their efforts during the bad weather. As soon as the weather passed, we were out. The guys were moving trees off the side of the road, assessing, getting with us so we could get with the energy or power companies, cable companies about which trees had power lines in it. Modest area, Highway 405, as we know, had some electrical issues with power poles, but all that was resolved. We have a new contact with Energy now. Mr. David Herring does not fool with outside the city limits, so we are working with Deanna LaFont, which I know well, so it's kind of become a good relationship. And we're picking up debris. We still have a little bit of debris on 308. Modest Park still has some debris. Acosta Lane still has some small debris. I spoke with Benny Bourgeois this afternoon about making sure that we were not forgotten about over here, to come and pick up this area, and any other areas we'll get to them as quickly as possible, as long as they're in the right of way.
Okay, I got, on the debris, Ms. Kim, what is the timeline in making sure that we can at least, get with the chief to make sure that people can put it on our side, and, because after a certain date, tomorrow's the last day?
Tomorrow's the last
It's
day.
supposed to be finished before Thursday.
Now, that's what Benny Bourgeois told me, it was gonna be tomorrow, but I don't think that they kind of hit and miss on Donaldsonville. So I'm asking Benny if they can really concentrate on Donaldsonville, because there's some areas. Now, our guys have picked up some stuff too, but in the end, we may wind up picking up some of it.
Okay. All right, and, I just want to, once again, always say this, if you have any question or any drainage issue or road issue, please dial 473-4815, Ms. Bro or Ms. Peggy. We'll take that information down, and we'll make sure our workers get out there. Ms. Bro? Ms.
One more thing, we'd like to ask everyone for some help. This time of the year, spring, the grass growing, this is after the winter time, a lot of the ditches are filled with leaves and debris and stuff, and so please take a little time and go in your front yard and buy your cover and take a rake and a little shovel or something, and try to pull that out of the ditch, because there's no way parish government can go and do that to all the ditches. And so if you just do that, and it's a big help, and try to look out. We ask that you also try to look out for the neighbors that are elderly or handicapped and everything, and assist your neighbors, whatever you can. So it just makes everything look a lot nicer, and it helps the drainage tremendously. So we appreciate everybody. We look around and we see a lot of people doing it, but this is the time of the year to do it. So if you hadn't, try to encourage everybody to do so. Thank you.
Mr. Craig Anderson?
Well, let's see, but the USO, project we got going, but we have one on Gomez Road that we're doing too. We had to change out some covers where the property owner paid for the covers and the dirt and stuff, and we doing the work, and we on that job right now. So we should be finished that by the end of this week. And we had to help pick up some of the debris last week 2 weeks ago after the rain had passed and the wind blew and stuff. So it drove us back on the grass cutting for about a week. So that's what all I have to say.
Mm-hmm. And we still spraying poison
And
after
we
we
still
cut.
spraying poison.
All right.
We just got behind a week because we was kind of pick up some of the trees off of the road, like Ms. Kim said.
No problem. All right. Ms. Shakespeare, do you have any comments before we go to the next?
Good job.
Yep, that's the only thing I have to say. Once again, just as Ms. Bro said, just thank the workers. They're doing a terrific job. And we just ask the public to know that we're doing everything we can do on a timely manner with the manpower we have on the west side. So really appreciate it. All right, item number 12, date, time of the next meeting, Ms. Peggy?
June 4th.
June 4th. That's a regular meeting at 5:15, correct?
That's it.
5:15. Item number 13,
Move to adjourn.
I second. Meeting adjourned.